Happy New Year guys, it's 2026 and it's the first video of the new year. In today's video I want to teach you how to use proximity prompts in Roblox Studio. So what is a proximity prompt? Proximity prompt is literally a button which you can trigger and do whatever you want. If we can insert this button inside of attachments and parts, so in today's video I will just show the parts part. Yeah, it sounds confusing, but anyways, let's dive in. So first of all, I will create a simple part, then I will select this part and insert a proximity prompt inside of it. I will anchor it and change some properties such as size and position and color, material, whatever. Okay, I will rename this part to trigger part and I will create a script inside of server script service. So let's change the parts color to random color each time we trigger the proximity prompt. So first of all, let's get the prompt itself, or even the trigger part itself, then the prompt, and now let's create a function which will set the parts color to random color. So let's name the function random color, and we will set the trigger part brick color to be equal to brick color random. So now let's just make a test and create a loop which will each second change the parts color. And as you can see, it works. So if you want to test the game, just press F8. So now let's remove the loop and detect when the prompt is triggered. So prompt dot triggered, and now we should connect the function to the trigger event. So connect random color. Now let's run the test, and if we approach the part, we can see like the proximity prompt. So now let's press the E button or just click on this button with a mouse click, and as you can see, the color changes. So now let's review some of the proximity prompt's properties. The main ones are keyboard key code, so you can change it to whatever key you want. For example, we can change from E to G, and now we should press the G key to activate the button or to trigger the button. We can change the action text, but we also have the object text. For example, the action text will be change and the object text will be color. We can also change the activation distance. For example, by default we have 10 studs, but we're gonna set it to 20, for example. So as you can see, the properties are applied, and you can see how the object text looks like, as well as action text, and the activation distance is obviously became longer. We also have a fun property called style. We can set it to custom, but after setting the property to custom, we will not see the button itself because we will have to do some complex work, but after it we will be able to change the button's style to whatever we want. But it takes some time, and I won't explain how to change the button style in this video, but if you really want to, I can create a second part of this video, so just let me know in the comments below. Alright, and let's review a few other properties. We have hold duration, so we can set it to 3 seconds, for example. We can change gamepad key code. It's the same thing as keyboard key code, but it's just for gamepads. And we have some other properties like exclusivity, clickable prompt, and I'm not sure what is clickable prompt. I think if we disable it, we won't be able to click it with a mouse button. Yep. And let's try hold the G button, and as you can see, we have to hold it for 3 seconds to trigger it. It can be helpful if you're making some kind of fruit simulator game where you have to harvest fruits, so you just hold the key to harass the fruit for 3 seconds you know. So that's it. Let me know if you want to see the second part of this video, and don't forget to join our Discord community server where you can get free scripts, free materials from all these tutorial videos from my YouTube channel, and get help, you know, provide help to others with Roblox scripting. So there are a lot of helpful stuff. Thanks for watching and see you in the next tutorial. Bye!